Nikki Haley, I do not trust that woman.
Damn!
I don't trust her. I've said it once, I said it again. I compare her to like Gavin Newsom. They look the part. They're really good politicians. They can defend themselves, but you can't trust them. I just do not trust her. Who do I care? Connecting people with policy. Before we begin today's video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you're notified whenever I post a new video. Follow me on my social media. Be sure that you are sharing. I honestly just want to say speech because we all support the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever it may be. Y'all are I just love the support, and I love interacting with y'all sometimes, because sometimes some of y'all be in y'all feelings. We are almost to 5K. Like, it's like so crazy. 5,000 subscribers. Like 5,000 of y'all. 5,000. All glory to God. Today's video, I'm actually super duper excited about. So we're gonna pretty much talk about the GOP 4th presidential debate. Child, where do I begin? The Economic Times, they came out pretty much with like a summary of like what went down during the debate, and we're going to go over that. Let's have a little debrief. Let's start with Chris Christie. Chris Christie needs to stop making his identity based off of Trump's shortcomings. Everything about Chris Christie, he just continues to talk about Trump, which I understand. He believes that Trump is not fit. But instead of putting so much energy in saying why Trump is not fit for the role, you need to be emphasizing why you are fit for the role. Still to this day, I don't know Chris Christie's policies. The main thing that I really know about him is the fact that he wants to give parents the parental right to decide if a child should be able to physically transition or not. That's pretty much the only thing I've really heard Chris Christie stand 10 toes down on. Like, everything else, I'm just like, what does he believe in? That's my thoughts on Chris Christie. Second, Nikki Haley. I do not trust that woman.
Damn!
I don't trust her. I've said it once, I said it again. I compare her to like Gavin Newsom. They look the part. They're really good politicians. They can defend themselves, but you can't trust them. I do not trust Nikki Haley. I don't want her anywhere near the president of the United States, to be honest. I just do not trust her. Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis is very off. I can see he's getting more comfortable, especially with his onstage presence, especially when he did the debate with Gavin Newsom. I didn't do a review on that, but I did post it on my TikTok. Y'all make sure you follow me there. I think he did pretty good. I think he's getting more comfortable. He just lacks that natural leadership. There's just something that's off about him. Even aside from his policies, I feel like there's something that he's lacking. If Trump just so happened not to be the nominee, I don't think DeSantis would be fit. Fourth, Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek Ramaswamy is one of those people, whether you like him or you don't. I disagree with Vivek on a lot of his policies as well. Something that I actually give props to with Vivek Ramaswamy is that he doesn't back down. Like, he's not scared. He comes off as very arrogant. He can come off as very condescending. But the thing is, he says a lot of the things that either people are too scared to say or people are secretly thinking. He doesn't run away. Like, I like the fact that he is very initiative with his conversations. He's very straightforward with his responses. Do I think he is fit for president? Me personally, not my cup of tea. However, I do think he upholds a lot of qualities that a president should have, which is confidence, which is conversation, which is standing in their truth. Now, who won the debate? To be honest, none of them really won. Like, all four of them just kept going back and forth. It felt like an episode of Bad Girls Club. I was like, what is actually going on here? Like, don't get me wrong. It was very much entertaining. But sometimes you have to separate entertainment from reality. And the reality is, none of them won. None of them really exhibited a level of maturity except for Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis wasn't really back and forth. He didn't take personal digs.
Barely.
Did get into it here and there a little bit with Nikki Haley, but he never took a personal dig at her. Everybody else on stage took a personal dig. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And then I'm going to say my thoughts on a lot of these things, bro, because I just was good golly gee.
make it clear. His conduct is unacceptable. He's unfit, and be careful of what you're going to get. He doesn't care for the American people. It's Donald Trump first.
This is what I want people to understand. These people have, I mean, she has no idea what the hell the names of those provinces are, but she wants to send our sons and daughters and our troops and our military equipment to go fight it. Look at the blank expression. She doesn't know the names of the provinces.
You do this at every debate.
I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Don't interrupt me. I didn't interrupt you. I'm not
Finish.
done yet. The fourth debate that you would be voted in the first 20 minutes as the most obnoxious blowhard in America.
Okay, so we already starting off strong. Okay, so the first little clip, Chris Christie, he's just talking about Trump. Like I said before, he needs to stop making his personality off of Donald Trump. Second clip, Vivek was coming at Nikki Haley the entire debate. Vivek, I truly believe, does not like Nikki Haley as a politician or as a person. I think he truly believes Nikki Haley is corrupt. I just know her as a politician. I don't trust her. But Vivek was actually gunning for Nikki Haley. You can see it. It was clear as day. I believe Chris Christie came in to save Nikki Haley or defend her name, not because he has the utmost respect for Nikki Haley, mainly because he does not like Vivek Ramaswamy. He also knows that Nikki Haley is considered a front runner at this point with all the donors and all the money coming in, and he sees her as an opportunity. If Nikki Haley by any means wins the GOP nominee, which is not going to happen, it's slim to none chance, he knows that can solidify her a job if she beats Biden. He's thinking like long term to keep his cards aligned, even though it's a reach. I don't think Christie came to Nikki's defense because, oh, they're like the best of pals. No. The candidates focus on each other instead of attacking the former president, though the absent Donald Trump was acknowledged. They acknowledge him every debate, like, literally. It's crazy.
Started off his campaign by saying, I am your retribution. 8 years ago, he said, I am your voice. This is an angry, bitter man who now wants to be back as president because he wants to exact retribution on anyone who has disagreed with him, anyone who has tried to hold him to account for his own conduct. And every one of these policies that he's talking about are about pursuing a plan of retribution. And yet, at the first debate, my three colleagues on this stage, when asked if he would be convicted of federal felonies, would they still support him, raised their hand, looked into the camera, and let everybody know that they would still support him even if convicted of federal felonies. Federal felonies, by the way. Federal felonies which involve our election process, federal felonies which involve the most sensitive of our governmental secrets, federal felonies where he instructed others to commit crimes, folks who are now agreeing to go to jail because of what they did in his name. So do I think he was kidding when he said he was a dictator? All you have to do is look at the history. And that's why failing to speak out against him, making excuses for him, pretending that somehow he's a victim, empowers him. You want to know why those poll numbers are where they are? Because folks like these three guys on the stage make it seem like his conduct is acceptable. Let me make it clear. His conduct is unacceptable. He's unfit, and be careful of what you're going to get. If you ever got another Donald Trump term, he's letting you know, I am your retribution. He will only be, Elizabeth, he will only be his own retribution. He doesn't care for the American people. It's Donald Trump first.
There's a lot of things to unravel there. Number one, Chris Christie, okay, pause. Donald Trump, I don't know why he made that comment. I don't think comments like that should be taken lightly. Sir, like, you can't even make jokes like that. I feel like anything is possible, but obviously within the American system, the checks and balances prevents dictatorship. But it's like, why even put that in the air? Second part, Chris Christie, he is the only one who has the backbone to call out Donald Trump. But my question is his reasoning behind calling Donald Trump out. Because Donald Trump came out, it could be true, it could be false. The only reason Chris Christie turned his back on him is because he was looking for a job during Trump's administration that Trump failed to provide him with. And since then, Chris Christie always had like an out for him. However, now if that's true or not, Who knows? But that's just what he put out in the air. I truly believe he is not scared of Donald Trump. I do think that Chris Christie not liking Donald Trump is deeper than what Donald Trump has done. I think it's personal. And I think he's using what's best for the American people to disguise his personal hatred towards Donald Trump. What turns people off the most is that everything that comes out of Chris Christie's mouth, he's always talking about Donald Trump. Like, I think people actually want to know, okay, if Donald Trump is so bad, tell me something that's better. Tell me something about you. Tell me what can you provide to like swift their mind, swift their opinion. Like, he's not doing none of that. And it's really hurting him. Do I think he's going to win? No, he's not. In his closing statement, people were booing because he kept talking about Donald Trump. It's like, dude, how does this man live in your mind rent free? Next, Vivek Ramaswamy calls out Haley on Ukraine.
Experience is not the same as foreign policy wisdom. I want everybody at home to note that I was the first person to say we need a reasonable peace deal in Ukraine. Now a lot of the neocons are quietly coming along to that position, with the exceptions of Nikki Haley and Joe Biden, who still support this, what I believe is pointless war in Ukraine. And I think those with foreign policy experience, one thing that Joe Biden and Nikki Haley have in common is that neither of them could even state for you 3 provinces in eastern Ukraine that they want to send our troops to actually fight for. Look at that. This is what I want people to understand. These people have, I mean, she has no idea what the hell the names of those provinces are, but she wants to send our sons and daughters and our troops and our military equipment to go fight it. So reject this myth that they've been selling you, that somebody had a cup of coffee stint at the UN and then makes $8 million after, has real foreign policy experience. It takes an outsider to see this through. Look at the blank expression. She doesn't know the names of the provinces that she wants to actually fight for. And there's a
Nikki Haley, you can tell her donors and her support, they came deep in the audience. Vivek, he is not going to hold back. That's something that I learned about that man. He is not going to hold back. Yes, he does come off as arrogant, obviously, and I think he knows that. I think it's more so how he says something rather than what he's saying that comes off as like arrogant. I like the fact that he continues to hold Nikki Haley's foot to the fire. I think more people should, not only towards Nikki Haley, but to politicians in general. Like, you have to answer for the stuff you've done. Something's fishy is just going on, and he's calling it out. I ain't saying Vivek perfect. I ain't saying Vivek is not perfect, but Vivek is doing the dirty work that everybody wants done. Asking those questions, whether we like him or not, he's doing that dirty work. Next, Chris Christie calls Ramaswamy the most obnoxious blowhard in America. This was personal dig too. Chris Christie, he does not like Ramaswamy, and that is personal. I think he does not like Ramaswamy because Ramaswamy reminds him of Trump.
His reasonable peace deal in Ukraine, he made it clear. Give them all the land they've already stolen. Promise Putin you'll never put Ukraine in Russia, and then trust Putin not to have a relationship with China. Let me tell you something. That's no reasonable.
That's not my deal. That's not my deal.
Yes, it's exactly what you said. You do this at every debate.
I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Don't interrupt me. I didn't interrupt you.
Sassy?
Okay? You say this. You do this. You do this at every debate. You go out on the stump and you say something. All of us see it on video. We confront you on the debate stage. You say you didn't say it, and then you back away. And I want to say
what exactly what I said, Chris.
I'm not done yet.
Well, this is
now look.
This is nonsense. This man is spewing. This man is spewing nonsense.
Oh my gosh.
This is the fourth debate. The fourth debate that you would be voted in the first 20 minutes as the most obnoxious blowhard in America. So shut up for a little while.
I'm going to respond to that. Chris, your version of
We're going to let you respond to that. We're going to let you respond to that. Let him finish.
I want to say something else. We're now 25 minutes into this debate, and he has insulted Nikki Haley's basic intelligence, not her positions, her basic intelligence. She doesn't know regions. She wouldn't be able to find something on a map that his 3-year-old could find. Look, if you want to disagree on issues, that's fine. And Nikki and I disagree on some issues. But I'll tell you this, I've known her for 12 years, which is longer than he's even started to vote in a Republican primary. And while we disagree about some issues and we disagree about who should be president of the United States, what we don't disagree on is this is a smart, accomplished woman, and you should stop insulting her.
So I'm going to take this, several times over.
Before we hear Vivek's response, Chris Christie, that comment, he ate with that comment, like, oh, I've known her longer than you've been voting. I thought that was funny. I not that I didn't like him defending Nikki Haley. I do think, how do I put this? Because it just came off as not genuine, in a sense. Like, I don't know if I'm reading into it too deep, and then Nikki Haley having this puppy dog face, like someone's supposed to feel bad for her. It's like, sis, you done said worse, and you did worse. Like, it just made her look like, I don't know. I wasn't really messing with him. I mean, props to Chris Christie for standing up into what he felt like was bullying, in a sense, and, I don't know. What do y'all think about that encounter, man? Like,
so first of all, I think we just learned something from Chris Christie. We learned three things right there. First of all, Chris Christie also doesn't know what provinces in eastern Ukraine he actually wants us to fight for. Chris, your version of foreign policy experience was closing a bridge from New Jersey to New York. Yeah. So do everybody a favor, just walk yourself off that stage, enjoy a nice meal, and get the hell out of this race.
Let me tell you.
When it comes to Nikki, I think if you're...
though, I mean, listen, this is rich because...
that response. I felt guilty for laughing. Because I watched the entire debate. Yes, my brain cells are okay. I honestly felt guilty for laughing. Vivek Ramaswamy. Yeah, he is something else. He's different. He's very, very different. I think he is at the point where, I think everybody on stage, except for Nikki Haley, is at the point where they know they're going to lose. They already know. I think Nikki Haley's the only one who actually genuinely believes she has a chance because they're just pumping money behind her. Vivek's headspace is at, bro, I'm already losing. I'm going down. I ain't going down without a bang. I'm exposing everybody. I think that's where he's at. Ron DeSantis, his headspace is at, like, just saving his career, saving his image. So I think that's why he doesn't do a lot of personal digs. Chris Christie's at the point where he has nothing to lose. He's just trying to be superhero at this point. He's trying to play the role as superhero. But yeah. The next one, we are watching DeSantis accused Haley that her corporate donors would never allow her to be tough on Beijing. Duh.
She was governor of South Carolina. She was the #1 ranked governor of bringing the CCP into her state. She wrote a love letter to the Chinese ambassador saying how great a friend China is. You can look at it. We put it on our website, rondesantis.com. There's also a video of her as governor standing in front of a Chinese flag with a Chinese business saying that she now works for them, talking about this Chinese company. So she's been very weak on China. Now, here's the problem. The rhetoric is different, but her donors, these Wall Street liberal donors, they make money in China. They are not going to let her be tough on China, and she will cave to the donors. She will not stand up for you.
15 seconds, Ambassador.
First of all, he's mad because those Wall Street donors used to support him and now they support me. The second thing is he has a company, a Chinese company, UGAS, that he just did a rally there last year. They have given you $340,000 in campaign donations between them and their employees. They are tied to the Communist Chinese Party. Jinko Solar is another one. They went and expanded. You gave $2 million in subsidies.
I banned China from buying land in the state of Florida.
The Department of Homeland...
I ejected the Confucius Institute. Nikki Haley brought Confucius Institutes to the universities in South Carolina.
That is not true.
I ejected them. So I have a record of standing up and do what's right. And here's the thing.
You have a record of lying.
She's trying to say things like that. Even the liberal media groups that usually if I say the sky is blue, they'll fact check me and say that's wrong. They looked at her charges. They said it was totally false, that they could not find one instance of me recruiting a Chinese business coming to Florida. You know why? Because we never recruited any Chinese businesses to the state of Florida.
North Star here is transgenderism is a...
So, something that I noticed, Nikki Haley, I'm not gonna lie, during the debate, she lies a lot. Like, she lies a lot. And I feel like she also projects. It's like she was trying to gaslight Ron DeSantis into being jealous of her because she has the big donors. Because everything that she would say, oh, he's just mad because those donors donated to me. He's just mad because they gave me this. Like, it was just, it's a no for me. She may not bold-faced lie to your face, but she's not going to tell you the full truth. Like, literally, they will have evidence. Next is, here's what Ramaswamy had to say on trans. When he said that, let me let y'all watch it first.
A mental health disorder. We don't let you smoke a cigarette by the age of 18. We don't let you have an addictive drink of alcohol by the age of 21. And I just challenge Ron DeSantis to go one step further and support what I think is clearly within the authority to do, using federal funds just like Reagan did in '84 for the Highway Act that said the minimum drinking age needs to be 21. We can do the same thing when it comes to banning genital mutilation or chemical castration.
Okay.
I know Ron's been unclear on that on the federal
Haley.
level. I'm crystal clear. That's where I stand.
Got
And
it.
that's a mental health disorder. That's where we need to be at.
So, for one, me personally, I wouldn't go as far and go into clinical diagnosis, because when you go that far, you have to be able to back it up. Because if you can't, then you're just spouting. Like, I just think that's not in my language to call that mental illness. With that topic on hand, I will say I disagree 100% with Chris Christie. I think Chris Christie is actually contradicting himself and kind of being hypocritical. So the topic was, if a child, it was just a hypothetical situation. If a child wants to start physically transitioning because they felt like they were born in the wrong body, should the parents have that right to allow that child to transition? Chris Christie was like, I disagree with it. I think we should just leave it in the parents' hands. The government should get involved. I think that's where he went wrong. I truly believe that it should not be in the parents' hands or the child's hands until the child is of age. When the child is of age, then they can do whatever they feel like they should be able to do. I think when you say, oh, the parents, just give them the right, that's their right. But in the same sentence, Chris Christie also said he's against abortion too. So it's like, I don't know. That's why I'm just like, Those are my thoughts, my opinions. Shout out to the Economic Times for the breakdown. There was another thing that they didn't implement, but Vivek Ramaswamy actually wrote a sign that said Nikki equals corruption. I'm going to put the photo there. I thought they were going to include it there, but it was during their debate, their back and forth. Nikki Haley, obviously she didn't respond. She said she's not going to waste her time responding to that. But if I had to choose who I felt won, not necessarily won, but didn't look as bad as each other, I would probably say Ron DeSantis, mainly because he didn't take personal digs. He was really just chilling. He did look uncomfortable, but I think that's just who he is. Vivek, he had the people talking. That man is strategic. He said, I don't care if y'all talking good or bad about me, my name is in your mouth. And he had the people talking. Nikki Haley, I just don't trust that woman. Chris Christie, he's too wishy-washy. I don't think like I said before, still to this day, I don't know his actual plans. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the comments down below. Be sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you're notified whenever I post a new video. Make sure you follow me on my social media. Y'all, by the next video, we're going to be at 5K. Like, next video, I'm going to be thanking y'all for 5,000 subscribers, because it's like we're already there. Thank y'all all for watching. This is Uduak, connecting people with policy. God bless y'all. Toodles.